let me tell you a little bit about me. About a year ago, I ended up moving back into my mom's house, which gave me the opportunity to fix myself mentally. Now that's the first step you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to mentally prioritize yourself and make sure you're healthy enough to be actively doing things in the world. Now when I say actively doing things, I mean be mentally strong. If you see Carl's Jr., don't go buy it. If you see, if you're craving like sandwiches, don't go buy it. Because at the end of the day, every time you go outside and spend, that's money you can save or money you can put towards your bills, your necessities, or your savings. So you're basically giving money away. Now, that being said, let me tell you, a year ago, when I moved into my mother's house, I had $148 in my account. I was living paycheck to paycheck every single day. It was terrible. Worst times of my life overall. I would never want to do this again. I never even will get to that point ever again in my life. I know for a fact I'm never going to get there. I've been very, very determined, strict, and mentally strong these past year. I have changed into a different person, and let me tell you exactly how you can do that. First step, mentally, you need to set up your mind to be able to absorb as much information as you can. You need to be able to take advice from the people that are seeing in from the outside in. A year ago, I was spending stuff on things that would not benefit me in the long term. That being said, I ended up changing that. What I ended up doing was I changed my mental stability, changed the way I thought, made sure that every move that I made was gonna be for the long term. One of my goals was to move out, and I'll get into a separate video of why I didn't, but right now I have the opportunity to keep living at my mother's house for a little fee and necessities around the house, which is helping me in the long term, but I give back to my mother by helping her. So that was my first step. I had to change the way I thought. Every single time I went out, I spent $20, $40. Now you can think about it this way. The average person in Southern California makes $13 on average every hour. That is freaking terrible. I mean, over the years, yeah, it has grown, but so has everything else that we buy. Paper has gone up, water has gone up, gas has gone up, where you live has gone up. So pretty much everything has gone up when you get paid more and the minimum wage goes up. So I mean, basically, if you think about it, it stayed the same. So that being said, $13 average would get you, for 40 hours, would get you about $500, depending on how many dependents you put, things like that. So on average, the average person in California is making about $1,000 every 2 weeks. With $1,000, it may not seem much, but if you put your mind to it, you definitely can make the most and the best out of $1,000 every 2 weeks. It's not something that I'm saying you should settle for, but definitely, if you're in the position where you get paid $13 an hour, definitely do these 3 steps to change that up. So, change your mind, the way you think. The way I started thinking was, if I can make this sandwich that I go buy from Subway at home and make it taste better from my style verbs, then why not buy the things to make a sandwich? Buy the bread, ham, things like that. So I stopped eating fast food. For a whole year, I did not touch fast food every single day like how I used to. I was going out every single day, sometimes twice a day. I weighed 380 pounds. I'm just kidding. I weighed 285 pounds last year. Now I'm down to 230 pounds. Started going to the gym, started eating healthy, started making sure my body was well nourished, slept good, made sure my mind was good. I started reading a lot of books and trained my mind to keep thinking and absorbing. That is key when you're changing your mind. Let everything absorb. When you're reading a book, absorb the information that you're reading. You definitely want to absorb every single thing you can, because books are knowledge. Knowledge is definitely power and useful in this world. Without knowledge, you won't get anywhere. Trust me, believe me, I've made a lot of mistakes in my past, and I'm a whole different person than what I was a couple years ago. Now, secondly, what you should do is stop spending on useless items. Don't spend your money on items that lose value over the years, especially things like that. If you buy a brand new computer for freaking gaming and literally like 3 months from that, it starts losing value. Don't do it. Don't buy it. I'm not saying you can have a hobby to do on the side, but I'm just saying try to do other things as well. Put it into a frame of 4 things and bunch them all together. Gaming is not bad at all. I don't mean like it's terrible and don't do it. I'm just saying make sure you guys prioritize what's what, because at the end of the day, gaming can make you money in the industry that we're in now, especially with this YouTube and all these platforms that are coming out now. It definitely can make you money. It can be a source of income, yes, but it's gonna require time. So make sure you guys know what you guys want and then follow it. So I stopped gaming because I was stuck on it. I couldn't get out of it. I didn't know what else to do. I was just doing that all day. I was wasting my time. I used it wrong, is what I'm trying to say. I used it to pass time and it didn't help. Now, after I stopped gaming, what I ended up doing was I started spending my money. I started going out a lot. I started going partying. I started doing different things that I wasn't doing while I was gaming the past few years. So I was going out. I was getting messed up every single night. I was going out a lot. The weekends was my party scene. I was out there drinking. I was out there doing other stuff, and my life was getting toxic more than what it was before I started gaming. What did I do about that? Now, what I ended up doing was I quit drinking. I cut that out of my life completely. I don't drink whatsoever. Don't even want to go drink. To me, it weakened the way I thought. I was using it and I was getting drunk, and yes, it's fun, it's amazing at times, you have fun with your friends and stuff, but I, as a person, for me, I'm good. I pass on it. I don't drink. I was smoking a lot. Both things basically, medicinal and tobacco. So I was doing both of those things, and I was doing it often, a lot, after I drank, while I was driving, everything, dude. I was very, very bad. I changed that as well. I cut that completely out. Now, that being said, I'm a year and 8 months sober from that. I haven't done that. I don't do it. Actually, a year and 6 months. Sorry, I apologize. A year and 6 months that I haven't done both of those things. I don't do them at all. For me, I feel like my mind weakens up and I feel vulnerable when I do those things. So that's another thing that I cut out and I don't do. So what I ended up doing was I switched from that negative to a positive. I stopped smoking and drinking. I started going to the gym. Started reading books. On the time that I did have when I came home, I did something productive with my life. So I ended up going to the gym a lot. I was spending time at the gym. I lost weight, felt healthier. My mind was a lot healthier. Started reading books. Books was feeding my mind. Started thinking differently. I changed everything. I changed the way I thought. My next step was going to be eating. So your mind, you have to change a lot. Your mind controls everything that you feel and urge for. Your mind is very, very powerful. This may be a long video, but just remember, that is something that you really need to change. That's your first step, your mind. change the way you think. Don't buy stuff that's not going to be worth the same amount of money that you buy now. And occasionally there will be things that rise in money, but at the same time, 90% of the things that you buy will lose value. Next step. After that, after taking off all the negative things that I was doing in my life after I moved here, I started reading books about how to stay mentally strong, how to adjust yourself and be okay with things and be okay with your failure and learning with it. I learned a lot. I failed a ton over all the years that I've been alive. I'm 26 and I'm not getting any younger, and that is definitely a statement that everybody says, but it's definitely 100% true. You need to know that you're not getting younger. Some people will live the party scene when they're young, and when they get old, they're miserable. The way I always saw it, the way that one of my bosses always told me was, I'd rather work when I'm young to build my empire, party when I'm older, when I don't have to lift a finger to make money. So I started thinking that way again. When I was 18, that's exactly where my pace was at. But things happened, life happened, and now I'm here, which is fine. So learn from your mistakes. If you go out and spend money on a bike that you only use like maybe a day, maybe every other week, that's definitely something that you might want to consider selling to save that money to your savings. Definitely. Now you buy a PlayStation or Xbox and you use it less than when you bought it, sell it. It's going to be a total gain. Total gain for you. Why? Because you're going to have that money to be able to save for the future. That's something that a lot of people are scared of doing. A lot of people don't like saving. People live paycheck to paycheck. Now, that being said, you definitely have to change your negatives and build your positives. Make yourself have a routine of positivity when you have the time to. Today, what I did as a positive thing was I had a whole day. Today is Sunday. Came in here. This is a garage. You guys can't see it, but it's a garage. This is where I film my videos, in a garage. One day I'll have my own house, but for right now, you gotta start somewhere. Don't be scared to start scrubbing toilets just to make it where you want to be in life. That's definitely what a lot of entrepreneurs always do. You start from the bottom and build yourself up. Never be scared of flying. Never be scared of jumping off that bridge just so you can get to your gold mine. Never be scared of that. And that's another thing. When you're coming to change yourself, you really have to take the steps to better yourself and to take those risks that you're always scared of. Change yourself for the better. If you want to go and be an actor and you're going out partying a lot and pretty much you're not in the scene because you're partying so much, change that. Change the scene that you're in and go towards acting school, acting communities, go and try to do commercials, try to do college seminars, try to do whatever you can to better yourself for a longer term of acting. So that's basically what I'm just telling you. So change your mental stability, make sure you're healthy mentally, and you're ready to commit, right? Number one. Number two, change your negatives and make them positives. Flip it with something positive. Make sure you guys are doing something very useful for you that's going to benefit you at the end of the year or at the end of the term. And always remember this, while you're doing that, give yourself a goal. By the end of the year, I want to have a new car. By the end of the year, I want to be mentally healthy. By the end of the year, I want to lose X amount of weight. Make sure you give yourself goals because it takes baby steps to get where you go. Some people may take leaps, other people may take baby steps, but at the same time, your success is measured by how much you measure it. Don't go based off of anybody else's success because everybody else is different. And don't forget that Somebody else is making thousands of money and you're only making, I don't know, $13 an hour like most Southern Californians out here for minimum wage. Don't be ashamed of where you are. Make the best out of it. And that's definitely something you gotta remember. That's the third thing you need to remember. Be okay with yourself. Where you are at the moment, be okay with yourself, because everything you're doing right now is gonna benefit you for the future. Once you hit this third step, be okay with yourself, because if you end up one day thinking like, oh man, this dude has a nice Mercedes and I don't, I'm riding a Honda freaking Civic and I pay $100 a month. Well, you're thinking the wrong way, because this guy is paying $600 a month for a nice AMG freaking Mercedes, and you're paying $100 a month for a car that's getting you to the same place. That is good. Start off with that. Start off with a car that is gonna take you where you need to go. Don't be ashamed of driving cars that you don't want to drive. You know what? You got to think about something. Everybody needs to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice. You need to be ready for it. And that comes back to number one, mental stability. Change yourself for the better. Change your bad habits into good ones. Flip every negative into a positive. I cannot stress this anymore. I need you guys to remember that. Now, third step, be okay where you are. Don't be ashamed of where you are, who you are. You are you, and nobody else can be you. You're the only you in this world, and be okay with it. Don't be competing with other people. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying be okay with you. Wherever you are in this world, whatever you're doing, be okay with it, because at the end of the day, you will be somewhere else in a year, 2 years from now if you take these simple steps. This will help you a lot. Now, nobody told me this. Nobody helped me out. I didn't have a lot of friends when I moved last year. I had like one friend, and I didn't really talk to this guy that much. You can call him an associate, I guess, or not even an associate. You can call him a, I don't know, acquaintance, I guess. But all of these things I did by myself. I didn't have anybody else telling me to do these things at all. I didn't have no advice at all from anybody. Now, if you're in a rut very badly and you know you need help, go and check out meetings. There's meetings for everything. Take advantage. Your mind is very powerful, and it's like a sponge. If you absorb everything that comes in contact with you, or you go and do, you're winning at the end of the day. Other people goes one in one ear, goes out the other. Nothing. Don't learn anything. Learn as much as possible. Take advice from every single body, because everybody has a different way that they did things. That being said, my next video will be about how to prioritize your money correctly. So, if you guys want to watch that video, make sure you guys leave a like. I hope you guys like this video. Hope you like the words of wisdom. This is going to be an occurring segment on my channel, because a lot of the times when I went through hardships, I didn't have anybody. But if you guys are watching this, you guys have me. I'll definitely let you guys know what I did, how I did things to get to where I'm at now. That being said, leave a like on this video. Hope you guys enjoy. This is Vic Ventures. Stay positive out there, because that's the best thing you can do in life, and be okay with yourself. Feed that big brain you have right there. This guy's gonna be with you forever, so feed it.